care about how many people come in attendance. Just check the playback. But the title of this video is "Do Parents Love Their Children More Than They Love Their Lover or their significant other?" That's a question that a lot of us still have in our mind to this very day. It's a very touching situation, but a very serious and detrimental one. And it's a serious situation because we have parents who are no longer in relationship with the one that they made a child with. So they go off on their own, or they do something else. They wind up getting into other relationships. They basically move on. Sometimes the parents may have other children, things like that, or maybe their new significant other may have children. But the children is supposed to be first, in my opinion. And I get it, hear a lot of talks about this situation, but I just wanted to speak on this in a more deeper way. And I feel as though the children should be first. We are their God. We as mother and fathers are our children's God. So they didn't ask to be here just like everyone else. But they here just like we here. So it's for a purpose. But the purpose is people don't get it. Some people get it a little bit. But overall, most of them are very, very confused with this situation. And you could say maybe it's a little difference in the marriage status, husband and wife, than the children, in that form, a lot of people feel as though that the wife or husband is before the children. I still say no. This is just my opinion. But what I'm going to speak to you guys about is not an opinion. It is actual fact, because a lot of children over the years, even some of us, has gone through this type of situation to where no matter what parent we're living with, but mom and dad's no longer together, and whatever parent you're with, they move on. Sometimes them moving on and finding a new love of life is good for them. Sometimes it's bad. But we as adults and as men and women, we get so wrapped up into focusing on having a companion that we really overlook the love that we're supposed to have for our children, and everything else comes with that. Every single thing that comes with that, we overlook it because we say, my man is my everything. My woman is my everything. Yeah, if they had children, they say the same thing too, but soon when a new love come around after mommy and daddy had separated, sometimes, not all the times, mom and dad wind up loving their new significant other more than the child, more than their own children. It's sad. And I guess as children, because you're being raised by your parent, you're not old enough to go off on your own yet if you're not the legal age of taking care of yourself. So they have to sit home and deal with whatever good and bad that comes with your mother or father having a new significant other than mom or dad. Sometimes it's good, a lot of times not. And I'm not even speaking about the good point because it's the bad side of it that's important that we need to discuss. That's still carrying on and on and on a daily basis up until the very second at the hour in the morning. And you hear your friends come to you and vent. They've been venting to you over the years. Some of your friends may still be venting to you now. And they telling you about it. They constantly telling you about it. They constantly reaching out, telling you that they don't like their mother or their father's new lover. And on top of that, mom and dad, new lover, may not like you. And this is where the problem comes in at, ladies and gentlemen. This is the problem that we have going on today. And it's sad. And a lot of children be going through it. Some of them we may know personally because they have told us. And some of them they may not have, but they be going through it. And then if you're a person who has gone through it or witnessed a lot of it, you probably can look at a person not really knowing them and probably guess that they're going through something because you can tell that everyone is going through something. Everyone, no matter if they're going through something good or bad, you can tell body language, facial expression, the energy and the vibration. But when mom and dad move on and, they hook up with a new man or woman and you have children, and that's why a lot of parents, when they first, break off from the mother or the father, let me just speak for the mother. A lot of them, um, when they break up with the child or the children's father, a lot of them are very, 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 very highly secure about who they deal with and who they gonna bring around their children, and that's the way they supposed to be. Uh, doesn't mean that everything would be peaches and cream because they follow things the correct way, because sometimes they can be a little rough. But then if you're the type of mother who don't do that and you're quickly to leap jump into new love, and you hyped on that, because your man, your children's father or your child's father took you through a whole lot. No matter what he took you through, no matter if it was verbal, physical, combination of both, and everything. So whatever that man did for you to leave him, you no longer uh, really wants to deal with that person. You want to move on from what y'all had and what y'all went through. You get it because you got to move on. But when you have children that plays a part of it, how far can you move on? And then you have to be careful about the way that you're moving. So when you have a lot of women, they ain't bring you around their children like that. They really taking their time because a lot of times, you leave one relationship or leave a marriage and you move on to the next relationship, next marriage, and most likely you and your new significant other may wind up under the same roof, you know, and that's when it's very bad because, like I said, people eat from they fast and furious into new love because they trying to shake off what they went through with their other love, and they wind up putting that first. They kind of forget about the children, and this is where things get bad, So for the ones who take their time, because a woman is supposed to be more protective of her children more so than the father. I'm going to say that again. The mother is supposed to be more protective of the children than the father. You know, or it should be the same, but let's just keep it real. She pushed life out of her. You know, it's the first God that we learn about. His mom. I hope y'all get what I'm saying. Right? So the mother feels a little deeper than what the fathers would feel. Just a little. And I can get that. And we should all understand that. Look what the woman had to go through. To get pregnant, things developing and going through all these things leading up to the time when you come out of the portal of life into the world. They're going through a whole lot, pain and, different appetite going up and down, doctor's appointments, things, this, that, and the other, mental things because it plays on, because you're carrying life. Life is being created in you. So your emotions, all your emotions, all of the mother emotions are extra because they have another life in them that's developing, and they gonna come out that portal 9-10 months later, and here we go. So the child is the mother's most precious thing, supposed to be, and it be that way for a minute. It be that way for a minute. Yes, my Lord's beautiful daughters, my everything, my handsome son, no matter, they're my everything. I don't give a fuck about no nigga. I don't put no man and no nigga over my children. And that's how mother's supposed to think. That's how she's supposed to feel. That is what she's supposed to be as a mother. Father's supposed to be the same way, but like I said, ladies and gentlemen, talk about the mothers here. Because most single parents are mothers who are raising their children on their own. You have single fathers, but not as many as single mothers who's raising their children on their own. And this segment is about the fathers too, but it's more the mother because she's the God. All right? So you move on from previous relationship. He's a fucking piece of shit. I can't stand him, this, that, and the other. And you know how it is. Whatever type of stink dad left, mom is going to express that, to you to a certain extent. Especially if you look like your father can't stand you. You look just like your father. Blah, 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 blah. And everything that leaves a sour taste in the mother's mouth about the father. Sometimes she takes out on the child. Now it doesn't necessarily mean that she treats the child horrible, but she takes it out on the child in other ways. And those other ways that she takes it out on the child is because when a new lover comes in, oh, I found new love. I'm in love. I get another chance at love. Ooh, I got a new attitude. The Patty the Bell song. I got a new attitude. I'm moving on. Love under new management. Yeah. So you're in a new relationship, got new love, and you wishing and praying and hoping for the best. This may be my knight shine armor. This may be the one that I can contract a union with. Or maybe I can do this over again. Right? But when a woman, when that new love come in, you start to forget about the children, especially when the breakup between you and the other parent was kind of bad. So now you start to forget about the child Yeah, you fucking do. This is where starting to put your new love over your child begins. And a lot of times, most of us don't even know it. So now you under this new love management. You can't stand baby daddy. He ain't shit, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, right? And you kind of start to neglect the child a little bit. And even though you're taking care of your child, you're feeding your child, you're clothing your child, yeah, you being a parent, you still being a mom. But this new love that you have, that's 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 what you kind of thinking about a little more than your child because you trying to escape everything that you've been in and everything that you went through in a previous relationship with your child's father, right? So now got this new love coming in, and a lot of times the mothers they go in blindsided like a mug. They go in blindsided. They moving too fast. Here come leapfrog. Here come quantity time. So you know, got this new dude. You don't take no precaution. You don't take no precaution at all. None. You don't take no precaution. You dive in motherfucker head. You crash dummy. You crash dummy right into this relationship. But like I said, you still love your child, but now you're concentrating on making your new love journey a smoother ride than your last one. Cause you all caught up in the rapture of love on some Anita Baker type of shit. So your love for this new man, kind of blindsided. And sometimes we get those signs, women get those signs from the men early. They see it, but because of everything else that I said, they ignore it. This is a very touchy and detrimental situation. This is what happens. So now, boom, you're not really paying attention to how the energy is between your new man and your children. It may seem like it's cool, you know, seem like it, but did you ever think the only reason why that new man of yours is with you and whatever respect is and everything that he shows for your child or whatever or your children, you think it's really because he really like your children or he love your children or he wants to be a part of your children's life or be an extra dad if their dad is in your life. You don't need no fucking extra dad. That's what's wrong with you motherfuckers now. That's one thing that's wrong. If you and your baby father break up, your children's father break up, right? And you move on, you get a new man, that's cool. But your new man do not become the substitute dad. You don't, especially when your child's father is in his fucking life and y'all co-parenting is pretty fine. It's okay. It's not bad. You know, she ain't got you in the courts and stuff like that. You being a father to your children, you're taking them to doctor's appointments. You spending time with them. You getting them things that they need. You giving them things that they want also, right? But the thing is this, they forget about that. Because now they worry about this new love. Now they know you're a good daddy, but you was a bad lover. And this is the reason why y'all not together. You was a good father, but a bad lover. So they carry that bad lover shit on to a new relationship. You broke my heart, this, that, and the other. Now they quick to jump into this relationship and they quick to give it up to somebody and they don't even know too much about this fucking man. Let me tell y'all something. First impressions, that shit is a fucking delusion. See, all these years they've been talking about first impression is very important. First impression is a bunch of bullshit. Huh? Because how many times the first impression of a person caught you, but then after that, that same impression that caught you, you don't see that shit again. You see the total opposite, right? You see the total opposite. Ooh. So you gotta think twice about the first impression. because a lot of us got caught up on first impression type of shit, right? So let's get back into the relationship part. So now you in this relationship, you blindsided because you want about this new love, and now you with this new man, you really don't know anything about him. The only thing that you trust is that the way that he's making you feel now, he's making you feel good. You know what I mean? Whatever he's doing, but then you're not concentrating. Is this man, you know, safe enough to be around my children? You don't really know. But then, like I said, sometimes you do know, and this is some of the mother's fault. You know what I'm saying? This is the problems that we have is the children go off and they run away from home, or they wind up getting hurt by your fucking man because you ignored all the signs for over these years. And when your child was being rebellious to the man, and they might have had a reason to be rebellious to your man because fucked up energy, you don't respect the child as much. He might see what he's taking you through and this, that, and the other. You think your child is supposed to have respect and love for your new man, and he see what he's taking you through, and he's probably taking you through worse shit than his own fucking daddy did. But because you weren't about this new love shit and this, that, and the other, no, let me tell you something. Once you bring children into this motherfucking world, you are second to your own life. I'm gonna say that again. Once you bring children into this world, you are second to your own life because your children is supposed to come first. You're supposed to be minded about their safety and everything else, keeping a roof over their head, feeding them, and that before yourself. This is what's supposed to happen. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Your children should be your number one, not your husband, not your wife, not your fucking new boo boo. Because you feel that way, you put that new nigga in front of your children. Now you blindsided. Now your child don't like him. He might not like your child. And the reason why he might have a problem with your child is because he might not like the motherfucking baby father. So this is some of the reasons why some of y'all new men don't be liking your fucking children, because it's something about the father. But my whole thing is, you ain't got to fucking like me, nigga. Just respect my child. People, I said, respect my child. Don't take care of my child. Don't try to be substitute daddy. None of that shit. And then a lot of people feel as though when you got a new man in your life that he can, partake in you raising your child. No, the fuck he cannot. No, he can't. And he shouldn't, because this is what gets the fucked up. This is why I'm doing this video. So he think he can say everything because he your new man. I ain't even talk about marriage and shit like that, and fuck that too. On some serious shit, because your father is your father. Stepdaddy, all that shit by law, get the fuck out of here. You get one mother, one father. Everything else is pretended. Even though some of these step-ins might have did a better job than the original parent, but so the fuck what? That's not the point. The point is that when you have your children in situations when you laying in the bed with the enemy, you may feel as though he's not your enemy, but bitch, you laying in the bed with your child's enemy, because you know your child do not like your man. You know your man do not like your child. You know your new woman do not like your child, and vice versa. So what you do is you lie to the father, because you don't really want him to know too much about what the hell is going on. Because if he find out what's going on, him being a father and him loving his child, he's going to want to come to his child's state. But a lot of times the mothers, no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So now you're fighting back and forth because about your child, because you're in a situation where you as the parent on the outside sees what's going on with you and your new lover, and it's not a good thing when it comes to your lover and your new your new lover and your child. And then they do all type of petty shit to your children, dumbass shit. Yeah, but the mother ain't saying shit. She ain't saying shit. And the only time she'll come out and tell you a little something, and then she's going to dress it up because she ain't gonna make it seem as bad as it really is, because she don't really want you to run up on this motherfucker and walk him down as you should. Because let me tell you something right now. I can deal with a lot of shit. And at my age, I shouldn't be out in the street trying to walk nobody down. None of that shit. Too old for that shit. But one thing I will act a fool over at my age is my fucking children. All three of them, the two adults and my little, they're my children. I brought them into this world. You disrespect my child, or you disrespecting my child, that gotta be your ass. That gotta be checkmate. And this is the problem, because a lot of these women, because they worrying about this new nigga, because they being addicted to the father, they had these children in these relationships with this fucking man that your child don't like, and he don't like the child. How can you say that you are a true mother and you love your child when you constantly in a relationship with a man who's not the parent of your child, but you always calling your child's father up and telling him how your new man is treating your fucking child, but when you ready to go put this nigga in the dirt, you as a mother say stop. This is detrimental, because you weren't about having a significant other, a companion. But I thought it was about the children. It's supposed to be about your child first. It's supposed to be about your children first. But apparently it's not about your children first. When you know you got a man or a woman that don't like your child, and your child don't like them. Now, come on, people. We know it's a natural thing for children uh, not to take 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 a liking to your new man. That's natural. Now, if the child is just naturally acting like that because it ain't dad, and he might be a good dude, he might be a swell guy. I can understand that. But when your new man shows and you see signs and no shit that he say, and then you and your new man is constantly, you and your new man is constantly arguing about your child that you had with someone previous to him, that's not fucking cool. And that's when you, as a mother, should be shutting that shit down. Because what it's going to cause, it's going to cause a whole lot of unnecessary drama. Baby mama drama. And sometimes it be baby mama drama, but it's not the fact that the mother's the drama. She's just drama like, because the situation that she's dealing with. Now she's in a situation where she has to let her her children's father, her child's father, know how her new man is towards their child, but she don't want you to do nothing about it. This is why I say you can't be saying that your children are first. You just put your new man over your fucking child. There's no fucking way in this lifetime that I'm gonna be with a woman. She's living with me, or I'm living with her. And my child that I had, we all living together. But she don't like my motherfucking child. Hey, fuck her, fuck her good looks, fuck everything about her, bitch. You got to fucking go. It ain't a fucking dick suck in this motherfucking world that's gonna have me stay in a relationship with a fucking woman and her my motherfucking child don't fucking get along. And my child don't like this motherfucker, and that motherfucker don't like my child. Get the fuck out of here. There ain't a piece of vagina in this world that's gonna have me in a relationship with a goddamn woman and knowing how it is between her and my child. Fuck you finding fucking love. You putting love for some man some other man or woman over your motherfucking child. And that's what they do. And this is what's going on right now in this world today. So you got to really sit back and really dig yourself as a parent, as a mother. Why are you in a relationship with someone that you know that don't give a fuck about your child? You laying in the bed with someone and y'all constantly arguing about your child. He say all type of things to your child. Now you may run back and tell the baby father, but you watering that shit up. Don't tell your children's father a fucking thing. Don't tell your children's father nothing about how your fucking new man treats your motherfucking child if you still trying to stay with this motherfucker. Don't do it, because as a fucking man, he should want to come and put that motherfucker in the earth. That I don't give a fuck. You ain't gotta be no damn killer. You ain't gotta be no motherfucking fighter. But when it comes to your children, you got children in this motherfucking world, you better be ready to be the most running, gunning, tooting, rooting motherfucker on this planet Earth. You should be willing to crack kids and get your head cracked over your child. And me, I would die for my children. That's no bullshit. No bullshit. We know people say that because it sounds good. But trust and fucking believe, if it came up to that and it was between you got to jump in front of a bullet to save your motherfucking child, how many of y'all will really take that fucking bullet for your child? Because we have seen the child wind up getting a bullet and the parent didn't, but they're together. So a lot of people just say it just to be saying it. You understand what I'm saying? And this is bad. It's really bad. St. Louis Knicks case of boy, what's going on, y'all? And this is what's going on. And that's why a lot of these young boys wind up killing or attempting to kill their mother's lover because mom was being a piece of shit because she was whining about that motherfucking love. You don't put no fucking dick in no mother, no penis, no vagina over your motherfucking children. The fuck out of here. You don't do that. Because when you do that, you know what you're doing. You just disrespecting your child more so than your motherfucking new boyfriend. Huh? He don't like your daughter. He always calling your daughters all type of fucking names and shit. Or he might be a motherfucking freak or petty. You seen signs of this motherfucker. You seen signs of it, but because you love him so fucking much, that's why your daughter wound up getting motherfucking molested by this dude. That's the reason why your daughter wound up getting raped. That's why your daughter don't like fucking men and she turns into liking fucking woman because you kept a piece of shit motherfucker around that was detrimental to your child but more healthier to your fucking heart. How can someone that you in a relationship with that's detrimental to your child be healthy to your heart and your mind? Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. And this is what's going on. Shit, I'll keep it real. I'm going to do that shit right now my goddamn self. Keeping it real with you. But this is why a lot of children wind up behind fucking bars, running away, this, that, and the other, because mommy, you ran your child away because you put the love for some fucking dick over your goddamn child. You feed this much. You used to give your children a whole plate. You used to cook dinner for your children. Oh, they ate good. They can eat as much as they want. Oh, this new dude come around. You gotta put on this new role. Now your children's plate ain't as heavy as it used to be. Who the fuck is he? He may be a king to you, but he ain't gonna never, it should never be a king to your motherfucking children if he ain't the king that helped you bring them into this world, goddamn it. And it's fucked up, and you have boys, little boys, young girls running around fucked up in the head because they in these situations. When the children go off to see their goddamn fathers and shit, and then after the weekend, you gotta go back home to your mother. Your child should be at an age when they old enough, when it's time to, gotta wait a whole another week until I see daddy again. they don't be crying. When your child cries every time you take them back home, something the fuck ain't right at home. And you in a relationship constantly with a motherfuckers that verbally abuse you and verbally abuse your child. But then after a while, after the heat calmed down, oh, I apologize. You accept that fucking shit. You can never accept apology for someone saying fuck your child. Because they meant to say it. If someone comes out and say fuck your children, they meant that shit. They meant that shit just as much as they meant fuck you. Fuck your child. And you gonna be with a motherfucker like that? Your baby daddy, or both ways. The baby mama find out that your new bitch or your new man that you know ain't been shit towards your child and talking shit about your child. Hear that fucking shit? They got every right to want to take this motherfucker to his very end. And then you jump in the middle of it. No. You a fucked up parent. You are a bad mother. Any mother who wants their child to sit and go through some adversity with a motherfucker that don't fuck with your child like that, you're a piece of shit as a mother. I don't care how much of a provider you are, and none of it. All that shit don't matter if you got your child in a situation with someone that y'all constantly arguing about. If you constantly arguing with your new man or your woman about a child that y'all had together, bitch, it's time to let that motherfucker go. What the fuck? You afraid to be on your fucking own? Grow the fuck up. Grow some balls. Grow some balls. Oh. So, and this is why women be having these children in messed up situations. Because you know what? A lot of them feel as though they need a fucking man. They can't be 3 seconds without a man. They can't be 3 seconds solo. And that's why they jumping into these fucking relationships, don't know nothing about this dude. But he's showing you. And just because y'all make up sex and all that, and he go out and buy your son or your daughter a gift, they don't take that shit back. Then he doing little dumb shit, breaking your child shit, this, that, and the other. But you won't let your child co-parent. Do they just diligence for their child? But what the fuck are you calling me and telling me all this shit about how your man or your fucking woman is treating my child, but you don't want me to do nothing about it? And then here we go. Now we know sometimes children lie, but a child ain't gonna lie. Your child is not gonna lie about a person that has been aggressive to them. So then your child tell the mother or father, hey, daddy girlfriend hit me. Mommy boyfriend hit me. You gonna go the fuck off. You gonna go off. Then here she go. Man, you know I ain't let nobody hit my child. He ain't never hit my child. He lying. What the fuck? You's a piece of shit. Just because you give your child anything he or she wants does not erase the fact that you picking a fucking man or woman over your child when you know your child don't like this man. Now, understand it. Now, let's just say you get into a relationship when your child is much older. 15, 16, 17. That's a little different, but no, that's still even worse. You don't do that shit. And especially when you got little ones. So, and that's why your child be hugging and crying their mother or father when the weekend is over. Huh? You ever think about that shit? Did you ever think about that? Not because they're going to miss you, especially if you see your child every weekend. You see your child every few days. Every time you take them home, they shouldn't be crying. That's because they're not physically, they're not really comfortable at home. It's something at home that they don't want to fucking deal with. So that's why when you drop them off after the weekend, you take them back to their mother's house, you take them back to their father's house, and you like, they start crying. You like, what's wrong with you? And then you too big to be acting like that. If you don't ask your child what's going on, DS, if you do not ask your child what the problem really is, you better go figure it out. If it's only a couple days between the next time you see your child should not be crying every time you take them back home. Of course they're going to miss you because whenever they with you, they having a good old time. But it's something at fucking home that they got to deal with because they live with that parent, that mother, that father. But like I said, that man and that woman that mommy and daddy is with, the child don't fuck with them. And it's not like that he or she has been hiding it because you constantly telling the fucking parent this, that, and the other. Why you want to tell me this shit, but you don't want me to handle this motherfucker? What the fuck is wrong with you? I should be putting a foot in your ass. My children come fucking first. The moment if I'm in a relationship with a female and the moment she got a problem with my fucking children, get the fuck out of here. Kick rocks, bitch. Kick rocks. Give a fuck how fine you are. I don't care. Your children should always be first, no matter if you married or fucking not. Then if the mother and the father of your children or child that y'all co-parent with, right? If he or she is constantly reaching out to you, because sometimes it's cool co-parenting going on. You know what I'm saying? So if he or she reach out to you, telling you all this fucking shit, she needs to get away from the fucking shit too. But why are you not getting away from it? Especially the one, both. Because they need that man or woman for something. That's why they got your child in their house going through that bullshit. And that's why he or she didn't fucking need the pussy and the dick can't be that fucking strong. Well, for weak-minded people, yes. So now you got your child in harm fucking way. I wouldn't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable. Whenever my child is in the house for even 30 seconds without his mother in there, well, fucking do, I don't feel fucking safe. Because I'm in this situation too, but I didn't do it. I didn't come on to do it because I'm in this situation. It's just a whole lot going on. And a lot of people is going through it. I heard people over the years. I still see people go through it to this day. Like, what the fuck, man? Get your minds right. The children is everything. And because you was worrying about this man, now you raping your daughter, might be raping your fucking son, your son or daughter that ran the fuck away. Your son or daughter so stressed out they don't have nobody to talk to, this, that, and other. They wind up on drugs. And you wondering around what happened to your baby. You putting that motherfucking nigga, you putting that bitch over your children is what happened to your children, you stupid motherfuckers. You don't do that. I hear people say, oh, I love my wife, I love my wife, I love my wife. I hear people say they love their wife or their husband more so than they love their children, man. Get the fuck out of here. And then if you love your wife a little more than you love your children, I ain't gonna knock you for it, but I would just say I don't agree with it. But this is the reason why we have so many unhealthy situations when it comes to when parents move on and they got children. Because everybody ain't going to be acceptable to your children. Every man or woman that you bring around your child is not going to like them, and vice versa. You shouldn't be trying to bring so many motherfuckers around your children, period. Now you got your child living in a situation that was more uncomfortable when you and the parent was together. That's fucked up. And the moment you say these words, fuck your child or fuck your children, that means fuck your life. And that means that it's time for you to go. And I don't mean go like that. You say fuck my children, you mean you don't give a fuck about my child, and meaning that you would do anything to my child, or you got in your mind. If a motherfucker say fuck your child, can you imagine what they really thinking inside? Because they really don't like their children. You can't say that your new man or your new woman like your children if they come out and tell you fuck your children. But just because makeup sex and they go out and, okay, your daughter hair costs $250, I get it done. Get the fuck out of here. You shouldn't accept it, neither should your fucking child. But you sit around and you playing both sides of the fucking fence. He up here trying to buy your fucking child. Won't you get that nigga away, bitch, before I get him away? He shouldn't even be trying to buy your fucking child anything, as long as he been showing you how he feel about your fucking child. But because it's going to be a little more strenuous if you hold it down the house by yourself. You're probably holding down the house by yourself more so with a motherfucker there. Because some men are walk around and acting like they really the man in the house and this, that, and the other. Not saying they ain't doing shit. They might be employed in something, but that woman might be the one who got the better credit most of the time. You know, women credit is better than men's most of the time. Or she might be making a little more than you. But you gonna act like, oh yeah, because I'm get the fuck out of here. They're gonna have a nerve, oh, you don't worry about what's going on in this house. How you gonna tell somebody don't worry about what's going on in the house where they fucking child is? I don't give a fuck if it's your roof, your T. I don't give a fuck if it's your roof or if it's my children's mother's roof. Anywhere that your children is at is your fucking business. You don't never let no motherfucking man and no woman tell you, oh, your mother, your children's mother, father, whatever goes down in this house ain't they business. No, my child is in there. Now, I ain't got to know what goes on between you two motherfuckers. But what's going on how the parent of the child treats the child and the fucked up motherfucker that you with, that you put over your child, yeah, that's my fucking business. And I come and disrupt and tear that shit up anytime I feel as though I need to. But see, if these fucking goddamn females, these weak ass females that be putting their sons and daughters through this shit, if they air tighten the fuck up, we wouldn't have to worry about these things. Then every time you turn around, oh, I'm done with him. Or I'm done with her. All right, cool. Then that's they back with them. That is detrimental for the fucking children. So you cannot say that you love your child more than you love this man or woman. You can't, because you got them going through some fucking shit that you going through. That's your love life. Your love life is not important than the fucking love for your children. One more time for the people way in the fucking back. Your fucking love life and sex life is not important, not more important than the love that you're supposed to have for your children. And when they do, you're trifling. You're trifling. That's why some of your sons and daughters are in the fucking grave, because you pick some love over your son and daughter. And that goddamn man or woman, especially that man that you with, did something to your fucking child. If he beating up on you, he beating up on your fucking child. Oh, I ain't gonna. You think I let somebody hit my child? The children gonna tell you something different. They ain't gonna fucking lie. They ain't gonna fucking lie. And let me tell you something. I'm sorry, when your child don't like mommies or daddies, new man or woman, and they really got a reason to don't fucking like them because they just a bad energy and all that, they supposed to do any fucking thing they need to do to get that motherfucker away from them in you because your dumb ass as a fucking adult is too fucking blind. Your children will be showing you, mommy, daddy, it's not right. I'm not feeling them. They tell you, oh, but your child don't know shit. Oh well, later on down the line, now you in the motherfucking hospital, or maybe your goddamn child got to bury your ass, or you got to bury your child ass. Stop doing that bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why it's like that out here. You're supposed to protect the children at all costs. You don't let no dick and no pussy take you off that fucking focus. That's why half of these children that's running around across this dirty ass filthy America that's doing all this bullshit. You know what? They're victims of the same shit I've been talking about. And see, when you make your children victims of these very things I'm talking about, this is how they're gonna wind up turning the fuck out. It ain't because it's some of these children that's out here doing this bullshit. It ain't just because it's the drug and the fucking music and shit like that. It could be what the fuck is going on at home. Cause mommy ain't got no fucking backbone and leave that no good abusive motherfucker alone. That ain't that you know what I mean? What's up, OTB? I'm gonna make sure I holler at you in that situation too. Now I mean, you know how many times growing up as a fucking kid, I had to hear this shit from my friend. One of my fucking friends went to jail. Went to jail for killing his mother's boyfriend. Oh, he out now. But guess what? You would have left that nigga alone a long time ago. His son wouldn't have had to come to your aid and kill his nigga. He had to spend 25 years of his young fucking life in jail protecting you because you was being blind fucking sided with that bullshit. He ain't get to make no babies and none of that shit. You supposed to protect your child more than your child coming to your fucking protection. What? How your child is more protective of you than you being more protective of your fucking child? Yeah, because you didn't got the fucking whip pill. No, bitch, you got the whip ill. Fuck a bitch. You don't like my children, bitch. You don't like me. If you say fuck my children, then that means fuck your children too. And fuck your life. Because if I put your ass in the fucking dirt, that's a really big fuck your children. Because their heads would be fucked up. And these stupid niggas out here, watch what you see out your fucking mouth. Because everybody ain't gonna play about their fucking children. I don't play about mine to nobody child that I fucking know. Because one thing I would do, I would take one for these fucking children. This is no fucking cap. I take one for the baby before I had to take one for my fucking self. You can't protect the village when you got mommy and daddy in the bed with the fucking enemy. How many mothers have put some of your childhood um classmates and friends in that position? I'm pretty sure we all been there. I'm pretty sure you was in school, cool girls around the neighborhood. They done fucking told you, and this is the reason why your daughters and your sons get fucking raped. You dumb motherfucker. You trifling bitch. You weak ass motherfucker. Stop putting these motherfuckers over your goddamn children. You worrying about your heart more so than you worrying about your child's mind. Get one out of here. And everybody that's like that's a piece of shit. You need flames thrown on your ass. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't play that shit. And neither should you, as a parent, especially being a goddess, the bearer of light, and act like one. I'm a woman. Yeah, but you got your son and your daughters in this fucked up ass situation. That means that at home ain't as fucking great as it appears to be when your child cries every time you got to meet them, and it's only going to be a couple days away. I can see if it's a couple months or it's next summer, how some parents don't get their children into the next summer. That's different. But on a weekly basis, you seeing your daddy and your mommy every weekend. You ain't 2 or 3 years old. You 9, 10, 11, 12, and you don't, you too big for that. I get it. But you sitting there, you don't want to change that bitch, and then you want to give a parent a hard time. I need to get my child up out of this motherfucking unhealthy situation that you got him in. No, 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 bitch, is you serious? So you, along with that piece of shit ass nigga, you could take that long ride with him. Because apparently you ride with this motherfucker and going against the grain of your child. Oh, he only get like that when he's mad, son. How many times you gonna use that excuse to your son and daughter every time your fucking man or your fucking new woman is talking shit about your children? What? I'm not laying in no bed with you. I'm not being with you. I don't want no parts of you, bitch. You weak. Tell them I'm trying to make these PSAs, man, some of the best things on this fucking YouTube. I got PSAs for your ass. Just don't do this shit every day. And this is what's going on in the fucking world, yo. Mothers and fathers, especially mothers, because there's more single mothers than single fathers. Loving a new nigga more than they love their own fucking children. That's why you spoil your child. That's why you actually spoil your child, because, of course, you're paying them off. You're paying them off because of the uncomfortability that you got them in. Not saying you wasn't spoiling your children before. Now you're doing extra. Yeah, because you constantly trying to apologize to them without apologizing to them, because you can't apologize for that. There's no apology for bringing a man or woman in your child's life. Fuck your life. In your child's life. That's fucked up. They always got something to say. Your child this, your child that. Shut the fuck up. This ain't your child. Shut the fuck up. Know your place. Whenever I was in a relationship with women who had children, dog, I stay in my fucking lane. I'm not going to tell her, or why you got your son doing this, why your son doing it. That's not my fucking business. Why your children up so late? That's not my fucking business. Now, if you feel as though you need to speak on it, then there's different ways you go about it. Not trying to be the new parent. And that's what's wrong. That's what be wrong with these mothers or these new boyfriends and girlfriends. Just because your new man or woman is not with the parent doesn't mean that they can't get along. It's just, hey, the relationship part was fucking over. But they get along as co-parenting and things like that. Sometimes some parents things wind up being better outside of when they was in a relationship. That's when you know that you had a true friendship with that parent before you actually became lovers. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, my son, mom, we thorough. She be on some knucklehead shit. Because my little man gonna do this shit too. You know what I mean? It's the co-parenting. But then when you bring in that bullshit, it's going to fuck that up. Nobody should be dropping their children off every weekend and they crying, knowing they going to see their mother or father in just another couple of days, 72 hours, no more than 100 hours. That means something ain't right. Even though you got all the stuff to play with, this, that, and other, all that materialistic don't mean shit, people. Just because you buy your son and your daughters all the shit they like, the PlayStations, the Xboxes, the this, that, and other, that's for entertainment, for fun. But for mental tainment, it's not. For mental tainment, it's not. All that material shit is not for mental tainment. You're constantly arguing this, that, and other, every fucking night. That's not healthy. So, we're a bunch of, we're fucked up people as parents, yo. If we constantly having this drama scene in front of the fucking children. I don't like to fight in front of children and shit like that. But if it has to go down like that, there's no other choice, yes. But it's supposed to be about the children. Why you think another reason why? Because when they go with mommy and daddy for the weekend, it's more peaceful and laid back. They ain't got to worry about that. They know if they go over daddy house this weekend, they go over mommy house this weekend, no matter if mommy and daddy is in a relationship or not with someone. But guess what? It's the total opposite for the fucking energy at home to where it is with the parent that he or she lives with that man and a woman. This is already a fucked up energy that rotates around this fucking planet, people. It's already a fucked up energy. It's already a hell situation. We was born in hell. We was born right into hell, and you got to make heaven out of. That's what it is. I don't care what anybody says. We are born into hell because the world is ran by who? Evil people. That's enough to deal with. So when we bring children into hell, we got to change the hell that we born them into a heaven. We got to change that hell that we born them into. We got to change that into heaven, because heaven and hell only exist in the living. It's what you make out of life. It's what you get out of life. You talk about you going to hell. Nigga, we already in hell. It's evil people that run this planet. They in control of everything. Very low, disgusted ass vibration, bro. And sometimes I feel myself gravitating over to that shit. I gotta grab myself back, though. You would have been going through some shit. Not like that, but some shit. And just saying all type of shit, losing friends and this, that, and the other. Motherfuckers just pissing you the fuck off. Because everybody is worrying about themselves. No, the children, people. That's what's important. Get your minds right, men, women. When you go into these situations, I tell you, I say this, and I don't beg no fucking body, but I beg you, don't do this shit to your children, because it hurts very bad. I seen it myself. I heard people go through these same things. My son is going through this fucking shit. My fucking goddaughter is going through this shit. Fuck all that bullshit. Get that no good piece of shit as man or woman out of your child's fucking life. Tighten the fuck up, man or woman, to fuck up and say, you know what? I fucked up. I gotta let this go. Don't be holding on to some detrimental shit that might that's really gonna harm your children because you don't feel like starting all over again. Don't be so hasty to go out there and look for new love because the mother or the father of your child broke your heart in some devastating ass way. So you just go jumping into shit, not really worrying about the safety and mental state of your children, of the children. Of course, they're going to see these things. It's a part of life. But does this shit necessarily have to be a part of their everyday life? Fuck no. It shouldn't. So clean that shit the fuck up. Clean it up. And then if you fit this fucking bill, nigga, you better get a new wardrobe. Tighten the fuck up. Children first. Save the children. Save the children. But get the motherfuckers away from your children. If you want to save your children. Cause I'll be damned. For another 8 years, I'ma see my son try to struggle through some bullshit that ain't healthy at his fucking home where he at. And I got to fight him to bring him with me. I'm not doing that. Bitch, tighten the fuck up. And that goes for everybody else. If you gotta cut the cancer yourself, cut it your fucking self. If you gotta cut water off for your child's fucking safety, you cut somebody's fucking water off. Yo, this is Christ the Legend, aka Yoda Wash Crush, Mr. Motherfucking PSA. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to TWT, the winning team. And we win when we drop gems like this. I really appreciate y'all coming in on this late night event. And I hope it was very healthy to you. Share this shit out. Let them check the playback. And Mr. PSA will be back with another bomb burner. Appreciate y'all, man. Stay positive. Protect them children. And I'll talk to y'all in a little bit.